All right, folks, welcome back to our Marketing Ops AMA. Um, Alicia, how are you feeling this Friday?
I'm trying not to cough over here. So, Brandon, then what are we talking about today? How
We are talking about how we both got into consulting.
Oh, yes.
Fun
Yeah, yeah,
topic.
yeah. Because I think you and I really like being a consultant. I don't think
Yeah.
I'd do well in-house. I didn't do well in-house.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll go first.
Sure.
I actually got into it during COVID.
Oh,
When my wife would we were expecting our first child. And, at the time, actually, this is 2020, so, we were getting ready to, like, start looking for homes and stuff. Try we need more space because we were, like, in downtown Atlanta, which I don't know if that's some people might argue with me, but I'm not sure that that's, like, for a growing family, just my opinion. And then, yeah, the whole world, lost its mind. And yeah, I lost my job, and that was the light switch that was the flick of the switch for me. Less about consulting, but more about I need to diversify my
mhm.
dependency
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
one company or a job. Little did I know that that would evolve into consulting and, like, helping people
Mhm,
through marketing operations challenges, projects, tasks, whatever the case is, but, I was just growing in my career at that time, and, I was always a problem solver. I always loved diving in and, like, figuring things out, and I think, over time, that just lended itself to small projects here and there, and, now here we are.
Here we are. That's so cool. Because what's really interesting is I also started consulting the summer of 2020. So, before that, I think, like, 2018, 2019, I was hired in my first, like, real Marketo job, right? And let me tell you, I BS'd my way into that job. I have no shame about this because when I saw the job description for when they're trying to backfill me and I read it and I was like, "Ooh, I qualified for this?" Like, I don't even know how I got it, but I got the job and I was working under somebody and she really knew Marketo, so she was training me. And then about 6, 8 months in, she left for another job.
Mm.
So then there was me with, like, a consultant that we had a few hours with, basically running this company's instance. And I knew 2 things for sure. 1, I did really enjoy this, but 2, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. Like,
Mhm.
absolutely no, like, they handed me the keys to the kingdom, and I was like, "Oh, no. Oh, no." Like, I still remember I think it was basically the first day I was on my own, we learned that the sync user between Salesforce and Marketo had been tied to the old person's personal, like, business email. So very first day on the job by myself, I'm reconfiguring the Marketo Salesforce sync, and I was like, I'm regretting my life choices
You
very much,
learn you learn real quick, huh?
real quick. So around the time I'd been creeping on the MOPs pros community where I think Sydney Mulligan was very active at the time, and
Mhm.
she was at a Tumos, and I was like, I think I need to go learn from some smart people about what Marketo is and, like, really get a
Good
lot of
choice.
experience there.
Solid choice, yeah.
Yeah. So I wound up at a Tubos, summer of 2020, hung out there for 4 years, and, like, I loved it in a way that I'd never loved any of my previous jobs. Like, I love the problem solving, I love the speed of fixing things and learning new things, and, like, being in one instance is so boring for me now. Like, I'm used to having, like, 5 different instances at my fingertips to poke around for ideas.
Yeah.
Um, because when I went so I think August of last year, I went in-house for a little bit, sort of like my time at a 2 months to come to an end. I went in-house. I was so bored. I was like, "It's the same stuff day in, day out, same people, same problems." Like, oh, it was killing me. And so that's why I think, when you approached me, I was like, I miss consulting. I miss consulting. I miss talking to people. I miss, like, the charge of, like, fixing things on the fly.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
glad I'm
that's
here
that's
now.
that's a great story, and you're good at it, so
I am. Thank you. I look, listen, but I don't have the patience to be in house. I just don't. I know that about myself. So
Mm, mm. Well, it's different strokes for different folks, and I
yes, it
guess
is.
at that we will wrap up this
Yes,
week's AMA. Y'all have any questions?
as always. And
We can
we are looking for guests. So I think our plan for July is to have a more serious effort to get some guests on here. So if you're interested in hanging out with us, please drop us a note. And we'll reach out. All
see
right.
ya.
Bye, folks.